Hello and welcome back to Dials here at the Walker Classic 2018. I can't believe I just did the cheesy Back to Dials thing that I always make fun of Asa for. So we are here with our new players, Ken, Cho, and Hannibal here on stream. So on Hannibal's side of the board, we've got some scum and villainy with Guri in the Star Viper, Lone Wolf in Advanced Sensors, L337, or... no, I'm not even going to say it. In the Escape Craft with Tactical Officer, and Boba Fett in the Fire Spray with Debris Gambit, 000, Proton Bombs, Marauder, and Han Solo. And on the other side here, we have Ken Cho with more Scum and Villainy, also flying Guri, with Marksmanship Advanced Sensors, a Jakku Gunrunner, Fen Rao Marksmanship, and another L3 with Tactical Officer. Fergie, why don't you tell us about what we see in the dice box there?
So on the dice box is one of Ken Cho's own creations.
This is a 3D printed mobile arc indicator, specifically designed to fit around those big beefy ghost pegs that FFG didn't plan for. Cough, cough. So this will be one of our giveaway prizes for this round, for more trivia. So go watch all of Star Wars and then join us. You can, depending on what speed you watch it, I think you could watch all of Star Wars in about 30 minutes. You know, you won't retain any of it, but you could do it.
I mean...
So we've already got our setup here. Rock's already set. Opening maneuvers. It looks like everyone's kind of banking in relatively slow. Boba Fett and L3 sticking close together so that Boba can get a pretty good amount of action economy. It looks like kind of the same principle down on Hannibal's side with Fen Rao off on his own, and Guri, Tugboat, and L3 all kind of sticking close together. This is actually interesting. Oh, I apologize. Hannibal is at the top, Ken is at the bottom. So Ken with the others kind of moving in at a similar slow pace. Ken's list actually is one that I flew a little while back, or tried to fly, with not much success, but also I don't fly any of those ships and I did not have any of those upgrades. So I'm curious to see how someone who's good at this game flies that list. And then we've got Hannibal up top, banking in, or coming in pretty fast with Boba Fett and setting up right in front of that debris cloud. Guri moving up kind of alongside him with a fast straight maneuver. So the charge on the board next to Guri there is to show that her Lone Wolf is currently active, so that we have that indicator out for viewers and for myself and Fergie to, you know what we're talking about. Ooh, excuse me.
But do we know what we're talking about is the real question.
I plead the fifth.
And it looks like Guri just boosted.
Yep, so definitely looking to move up on... Hannibal is looking to move up the opposite side of the board from Ken here, hoping to probably come in at his list sidelong. Hannibal does have the initiative here, so Ken's Guri and Boba will be moving after Hannibal's Guri, which is definitely going to be an advantage for Ken here. What do you think? What do you expect to see in terms of first engagement here? What angles, I guess, do you expect them to come in at? I see that look of, you just put me on the spot.
Well, it's true. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question, Ben?
Yeah, so what are you expecting to see in terms of first engagement? How do you think each of these players are trying to... how do you think they want to swing this engagement in their favor, I guess?
Fair. Well, to be fair, let's see here. I've only really flown Fen Rao out of all these ships on here, which is a little embarrassing to say. So,
you're an Imperial player. We don't expect much of you.
Well, when my green dice roll natties, I am a very happy girl.
Yeah.
But as far as here, I don't really know what to expect. I've never actually watched Hannibal play before. And Ken, I think I've only had the opportunity to play with him once. So I don't really know how his playstyle works. So
yeah, I'm actually roughly in the same boat. I've played against each of these players one time. I think I beat Hannibal in a tournament in 1.0, and then I think I played Ken in 2.0 once, and he just annihilated me. So I am also kind of curious to see what the strategies are here. I definitely think that that each of them are kind of looking to flank with their respective Guris, and I think Ken will probably have better success with that with his higher initiative bid. The point totals here are Hannibal had an initiative bid of 5 points, and Ken had an initiative bid of 7. So that war is still going strong. But yeah, I definitely expect to see Boba Fett and Fen Rao kind of duking it out at range 1, and Guri's trying to come in along the side.
It looks like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go right ahead.
Ooh.
Oh, we already have our first judge call for order of operations here.
Judge.
I don't know what that order of operations might be, but I guess we'll find out. So the question there was, if you do a blue maneuver through a debris cloud, do you clear the stress? And that is, you do not clear stress by doing blue maneuvers through debris clouds because you check your maneuver difficulty before you would take the stress from the debris. So that is part of the advantage of the 1.0 and I believe 2.0 versions of Kanan Jarrus, where when you do a white maneuver through debris, the order of operations allowed you to pick the order those happen and clear your stress. But in this case...
So it sounds like Ken just tugged Guri 1 boost forward, in case you guys didn't see that over there on the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting way to get some extra maneuverability out of Guri between coordinated actions from L3 and forced actions, essentially, from the tugboat. It allows Guri to move a lot faster at the cost of some agility, but when you're trying to flank anyway, that's actually pretty clever.
Correct. I do see on the chat here that Magnificent Miko has ideas. He thinks that Ken is going to disengage with Fen and bring in the other 3 for shots on Boba. And it looks like most of the chat agrees that he kind of has to, otherwise Fen gets eaten alive, according to Medium Potato 84.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point, because Fen is really good at a range 1, like, one-on-one, basically. But even though he's getting those extra dice, he still needs tokens to make the most of them, and he's only going to get 1 use out of that. And L3 moved up slow along the left side there and coordinated another boost to Guri, because, important note, the boost, the 1 straight boost from the tugboat is not actually considered a boost action. So this is actually a pretty clever way of getting more maneuverability, because Guri can essentially get 2 boosts, a maneuver, and a barrel roll on her turn. So he's really looking to move her up into the fight. He's basically hoping, I believe, that Fen Rao doesn't get caught alone here, which looks like is what's about to happen. And if Fen is caught in a combat by himself, basically, for more than 1 round, that pretty much spells the end for him. Asa just asked me if I meant Ken Rao. Oh, and somebody, Chug H2O, also has presented this Ken Rao, and actually I'm going to take this moment to chastise Asa for stealing his Ken Rao pun from Chug H2O. Asa, you're a thief. No damage from the debris on Boba here, but he will take a stress, which unfortunately for him means no action, and more importantly, no Han Gunner action when he engages.
And it looks like our chat is, they want to see Ken Rao on the screen. Who is this Ken Cho we see here? It's Ken Rao.
Oh, I've even falsely given credit to Chug H2O. It looks like the Ken Rao pun came even further back from Verzul. Verzul? I'm not saying your name right, man. I accept it at this point. So Guri has banked in to plant herself firmly in front of this rock, so I expect to see a barrel roll here.
Do a barrel roll.
A crazy curvy, I'm just gonna ignore that. A crazy curvy Star Viper barrel roll. Oh man, I totally forgot. I actually wanted to get expert handling alt arts printed with a picture of Peppy on them for this, from Star Fox for this tournament, but I lost track of time. I was so proud of that idea too.
That would have been nice.
And there's the barrel roll from Guri, setting her up to turn in next round. A 1 hard from Fen, looking to avoid this engagement, which is definitely a good move.
Yes, looks like Ken Rao definitely saw this coming.
Ken Rao. You know what? I'm gonna linking boost to a red focus here, looking for, he will probably not be taking any shots from Guri, but he will be taking a range 3 through the rock shot from Boba, so he's just really hoping to take no damage on that. So I've made the executive decision. I'm gonna embrace the puns, I think, this round. I'm not gonna let myself fall victim to their awfulness. I'm just gonna
embrace them.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Exactly.
When in Rome, make terrible puns. That's how the saying goes, right?
You want to hear another terrible pun? How about Guri Ball? I vote for that one. His name can be Guri Ball instead of Hannibal. See, you said you were going to embrace them.
Here's the thing. If you have to explain the pun, it doesn't work. Oh, sorry. So we are commentating XWing. So here's a range 3 from Boba into Fen with a 1 hit because Boba has no tokens. And here's all the dice that Fen could possibly have for an amount of evades. It doesn't even matter
Didn't
how
even
many.
count them.
I think it was 3 evades and a focus. Here's a range 2 shot from Guri with a slight bump of our table, so now everything's askew. We've got 1 hit from Guri into L3 here. And no bullseye arc for marksmanship. And that is evaded by L337, or Leetbot, as... And we are Bractodiles. I've been informed.
Just embrace it. It's going to be
Yep,
Bractodiles
I'll embrace
Day.
it. I'll embrace it. What do you expect to see out of this round, Fergie?
Out of this round, I expect Fen Rao to definitely keep running away to an extent. Because, Hannibal looks like he definitely set up a really nice kill box over there on the right-hand corner. But
For sure,
thankfully,
yeah.
Ken saw through the facade.
Do you think Ken's intent here was to use Fen as a distraction while Guri gets into position?
Potentially. And that actually would be a good idea, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe that he planned this all along as well.
Yeah,
Interesting.
or at least he can claim he planned it all along, which is what I would do in the given situation. Yeah, I definitely think even if that wasn't his intention at setup, things kind of worked out that Fen turned into a good distraction.
And I love this. So Chill013 says that he's been fighting against puns for as long as I've known him. I love this. Keep those puns coming, guys.
Chill013 is a friend of mine from college who I used to play D&D with all the time, and he would constantly make terrible puns the entire time. So yeah, I've been fighting against his puns for a while.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Chill013. We appreciate you here today. And everyone else on the chat, for that matter.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your comments.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Keep it coming. Keep the hype going. Ken Rao and Guri Ball.
Oh, I did see some... I did see another excellent pun from Freshman Mike. Anakin Skywalker. I like that one. I think that's better than Guri Ball.
Guri Ball is so much better. Are you kidding me? No, we need more. We need more.
That ghost turret arc indicator that we showed off at the beginning of the round here, we will be looking to give that away probably during the next planning phase. We will have another trivia question coming up. So be ready for that. Prep up on your Star Wars fun facts. And we will have that ready for you guys in the next round. So once again, the way that's going to work is we will ask a question, and the first person in Twitch chat to answer correctly will win this prize. And we will put it back in the dice tray as well when we ask the question, so you can see what you're fighting for. And don't worry if you don't get this one. We do have other prizes later in the day. We will be doing another alt art Boba Fett card coming up. So for those of you who do answer stuff correctly, you know, give some shots to other people. No one needs 10 Boba Fett alt arts. Fergie is laughing at something she just read in chat. I'm sure she'd like to share.
Somebody's just commenting on their answer is correctly.
Is
And it made me laugh.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for keeping us on our toes, guys. We appreciate it today.
So we've got both Boba Fett and Guri kind of chasing after the Fenrau bait here. I expect to see probably a hard turn to the right from Fen, looking to stay out of some of these arcs. So here comes Guri with a bank boost. So there is really no escape for Fen at this point, and his only hope is that the dice are with him. L3 also coming in for a shot, kind of setting up a nice little box for Hannibal here. Ken's Guri coming in behind L3, probably looking to take that coordinate out of play as soon as he can. And yeah, the Ken's Guri, or Ken's tugboat and L3 just providing more action economy support to Guri from behind.
You mean from the brack? You know that's what you meant.
It is what I meant. You are correct. Thank you, Fergie, for correcting me.
You're welcome, Ben.
And here's another 2 bank and a focus boost, or boost focus from Fen, looking to keep that range 3 and stay tokened up. It looks like he is still going to be taking some shots from Guri and Boba. Guri, start of combat, Ken chose Guri does trigger and get a free focus. And it looks like we've got a judge call request for an arc check on Boba. We'll see how this turns out. It looks in to me, but this is not the best angle for judgment. As I've learned in the past. Here is Judge John Conley coming in to check. And it is called out of arc. That is really, really good for Ken. Which means he will only be taking 1 range 3 shot here, tokened up. It's a pretty good situation.
Whoa. With natural 2 hits and 1 crit coming in, though. Let's see if those green dice.
Ooh,
yep.
And all the paint.
All the paint. Spending that focus for 4 evades.
And up next, we will have Guri number 2's shot coming into L3 at range 1. This is focus target locked, so he's probably hoping to wipe L3 off the board with this shot. Rerolling with that target lock. 3 hits and a crit. Didn't even have to spend the token. Checking the bullseye arc for marksmanship. Looks like out.
Wow.
That is the wrong type of dice. I see 2 focuses with no tokens.
Ouch.
That is 1 dead escape craft. That is my experience with trying to fly escape crafts off the Falcon.
We have a message from Medium Potato saying that Ken only knows how to roll paint. Must be nice.
Yeah, I wonder what that's like.
Relate.
And a damaged engine. Yeah, explosion. Explosion is a damaged engine.
And as we're waiting, I'm still waiting for another nickname for Mr. Gurry Ball over here. He will continue to be Guri Ball until we get something better, guys. Come on. I have faith in you. Get those puns going.
I'm sticking with Anakin Skywalker. That was a good one. So, we are now in the planning phase for our next round, which means we will be doing our trivia giveaway for the turret arc indicator for the ghost shown there in the dice box. Fergie, why don't you read off our question for us?
Question.
Looks like a long one.
All right. So for question today, let's see. Kanan Jarrus and... is that Spectre Squadron? The Spectre Squadron. Sorry, we were missing an R there. Would often make illicit dealings with which shady figure who owned the ship the Broken Horn? So let me repeat that one more time. We have Kanan Jarrus and Spectre Squadron would often make illicit dealings with which shady figure who owned the ship Broken Horn? First one to answer will get this.
I see some answers coming in. I do not see any correct answers yet, though.
Come on, guys, you can do this.
The answer is not Hondo. I can tell you that, since that is the answer I've seen come in. Mega Silver.
Mega Silver?
Mega Silver, you are closest without going over. I will... Yeah, we know what you meant. We'll give you... We're going to give that one to Mega Silver. The correct answer is Vizago. Oh. Belinda Mood. Answer Sunterfell. Correct. Yep,
and Asa
totally
automatically thinks that's correct.
Yeah, Asa's decided that Sunterfell is the correct
It has
answer.
been decided.
Yeah, the correct answer is Cicatro Vizago. So Mega Silver, go ahead and contact us either through the Back to Dials Facebook page or at feedback@backtodials.com. And we'll get your prize over to you. We will have another one probably in the next couple rounds for another Boba Fett alt art. And later in the day, we do have more turret arc indicators for both single and double arc ships. So yeah, stay tuned. Bone up on your Star Wars trivia and be prepared. I will be coming up with the questions later, and most of my answers will be wrong to add an extra challenge. We've got a maneuver. I missed the maneuver, but I did see a crazy curvy barrel roll from Guri. Debating the... Ooh, I apologize for that. Debating the linked calculate for Guri here. I do feel that on Guri, linked actions are kind of ill-advised with her desire to use those advanced sensors. I would like to take this moment to thank Ken Cho, by the way, for making some of these prizes, these turret arc indicators. These are all 3D printed, and if you don't win one today, you can find them at his Etsy shop, District Foundry. You can see that up on the screen there, along with the promo code for 15% off. That promo code is Walker2018. So head over to Ken Cho's Etsy shop, District Foundry, for these arc indicators and other awesome 3D printed stuff. Yeah, it's all really cool. You'll like what you find. So head over there for a discount and support our locals.
So just in, Mega Silver petitioned a name change for Ken Cho. Instead, we'll go with Fen Cho.
I do like Fen Cho. That's a pretty good one.
Ken Rao more?
Asa. I do think it beats Ken Rao.
But Asa is saying that he likes Ken Rao more. Guys, what is it? Ken Rao or Ken Cho? Or, sorry, Fen Cho.
Is there a way to start polls on
Let's
Twitch?
Let's start a poll. Which one is it?
Oh, we don't have the plug-in for Twitch polls. All right. Let's see it in the chat. What's better? Fen Cho or Ken Rao?
Let us know, and we'll change it.
Still looking for good nicknames for Hannibal, by the way. We've got no shots from Boba Fett here. Just barely missing range on L337. Guri checking arc to the tugboat. Looks like a no. So that is unfortunate. I do believe Guri will have a range 3 shot on L3 there. Yeah, that would be a pretty big That would be pretty big for Hannibal to be able to take that coordinate off the board since he lost his own. I do see...
And we're looking at the chat right now, and it looks like we have one single person that's saying chill 013, the one Asa didn't want.
The one Asa didn't want. Thank
Which
you, Chris.
is great. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate it. Although it looks like we have some Asa sympathizers on the chat, and everyone's voting for Ken Rao.
So
which
it's
Ken
treason
Rao it
then.
is. Treason it is.
Oh, I need to get a list of prequel quotes so that I can just start spewing out over the course of the day. No damage to L3 here. We've got a range 2 through the rock shot from Guri onto Boba Fett. Looks like this may be in the bullseye arc for marksmanship, but it looks like the dice results are not with us. I see 1 crit into 1 evade, so no damage onto Boba Fett. Hannibal Solo. That's a good one.
Now we have to decide
That's a really
which one
good
is it,
one.
guys? Anakin Skywalker or Hannibal Solo?
Right. New vote. Anakin Skywalker or Hannibal Solo. Let's see those votes in the chat. I see 2 hits into no evades. Excuse me a moment. From something into something. I apologize for not paying enough attention there. And it looks like we are headed back into planning, if I'm not mistaken, which I very well might be. Here's the problem without having Asa here, is he always tells me what's going on, and I just agree with him.
Yeah, these guys are just playing really fast.
Yeah, definitely a fast-paced game, which is not a bad thing.
No,
for
not
sure.
at all.
I like that. More action. And more actions, because there's more rounds, and therefore more braction. I hate you, Asa.
All the braction in the world today.
I knew it was just going to be brack puns all day.
We're still taking votes for that Hannibal Solo or Anakin Skywalker poll. So come on, guys.
I really don't know where my vote lies.
Which one is it? If not, it's going to be Guri Ball, so we need your votes right now.
I need the masses to make my decision for me.
If you don't want Guri Ball, make sure to choose one of those on the chat right now.
We don't want Guri Ball. Cast your votes.
Cast those votes.
Yes, Asa, we already know about the Hannibal Solo. We've been saying that the whole time.
So it looks like it's
thanks
still
for being
one.
slow on the uptake.
Yeah, and it looks like it's still 1 against 1. You know, Guri Ball against Hannibal Solo, and Guri Ball wins
Ball's
because
not
I'm
even
here.
in the running.
It's in the running
It's
until we
not.
get more votes. So
We're
come on,
commentating
guys.
a game.
We need more votes.
I don't know if it matters or not. This probably hasn't happened, but somebody's dad just came in to check on him, and I roped him in, so we're now at 48 players.
All right, so I've just been told we are now at 48 players. A player's dad came in to check on him, and he's been roped into playing. So, man, there's no way I'd ever be able to get my parents to do that. All right, we got a 3 straight coming in from the tugboat, looking to catch Guri with a tractor tug. Someone else has voted for Guri Ball. And a barrel roll coming from the tugboat there. Interesting. I see a 2 hard from L3, looking to catch up to her Guri to provide some coordinates. Definitely a good move. Oh, that is red. Fun. Oh, damaged engine. That sucks. No, that's on the other one. What am I saying? Anyways, here's a 3 bank coming in from Boba Fett, which is achieving range 1 on that L3, I believe.
Ooh.
That's not a good spot to be in for that escape craft.
Definitely not.
Oh, hell yes, dads represent. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. We are ending the voting for Hannibal's nickname at the end of the next planning phase, and currently, as much as I hate to say it, Guriball is winning, and we need to stop this atrocity. My brothers, speak out against your oppressors, Fergie, for coming up with these nicknames.
I will keep coming up with awful nicknames, and that's what you'll see on your screen, unless you choose Hannibal Solo or Anakin Skywalker. Make your votes.
I see more votes for Guriball. Ugh. Am I alone in this? Am I alone in the universe?
Sure seems like it. Appreciate all the support. Guriball is the greatest. That should be a game all on its own.
Guriball.
Guriball.
Like a version of Griffball, but for... No one else is going to get that reference. I don't know why I'm bothering.
Now you are alone.
Yeah. There's one person in the chat who I know will get the Griffball reference, and that's Chill013, and that's the only person.
So, incoming news, let's see. It says we have a weird video artifact in the middle of the screen. Orange thing above the right debris cloud.
Yes. I believe that is from the dice box getting bumped and us leaving that overlay on the screen, so if we could get that remedied. Thank you for pointing that out.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Asa has informed me that, and I quote, "Yeah, guys, I got it already." In that tone. So the person who left that comment, thank you, and I'm sorry for Asa's rudeness. Here we have the Advanced Sensors barrel roll from Ken Rao's Guri, and then a 2 hard coming inward, and probably a boost to get into... Oh, nope, staying right... Oh, no, Advanced Sensors. I know how Advanced Sensors works. It's fine. Yeah, so probably still range 2 on that Boba for Guri. We got a bank maneuver coming in from Fen, and a boost trying to get away from Guri. I'm not sure if that's going to quite do it. And a linked focus for safety. Not a bad decision at all. But that, unfortunately, may have just gone from being a range 1 shot to a range 2, which Fen does not like being at range 2. Not one bit. Although, as I stated before with Trick Shot, one extra red die is mathematically better than 1 extra green die, so maybe range 2 isn't all bad. And that is a range 2 shot from Boba into L337. Oh, my apologies. Checking range for 000, which is not range 1 for Boba to L3. And checking arc from Guri to Fen here. Looks like it might be out. Calling a judge call.
Judge!
Hannibal Solo, a Star Wars story. I liked you, Freshman Mike. Yeah, I believe Guriball
is still winning. Woo! Come on, guys.
Win this one.
It's gonna be Guriball until you get voting here.
This is such a weird thing we've started.
Hey,
this is just gonna happen every round now. And it looks like that may actually be in arc. But it's hard to tell under the model. Yep, that is a range 2 shot in arc from Guri to Fen Rao. I see a lot of paint. 3 hits into 3 green dice. Let's see what pops up. I see 2 focus results. Focused into 2 evades. Fen will be taking 1 damage here. And as we all know, that will snowball and do a lot more damage.
Ken Rao here, still in the lead.
Here's the shot from Boba Fett into, I believe, L3. I see 1 hit. And I see no evades from L3. And there's some discussion going on. I'm not sure what about, but it's a discussion. Looks like 1 damage into L3 here. For Guri. I like that one. I'm introducing you as Guri now. From now on.
I will take it. I needed a punny name, and I have it now. Guri it is.
I don't have any punny names. I'm just Ben Kenobi. There's no pun you can do. We've got
We'll come up with
range
something.
2 from L3 into Boba Fett here with a natural hit crit. And I see 1 evade and 1 focus. And it looks like Boba has already spent his evade token, so he'll be taking a shield. Asajj Fergtress, yeah. Clearly somebody from our Facebook group chat.
Yep, it looks like we have some of our friends there.
I don't
Giving
know who
out my
that
secret
is,
code
but-
name. Thank you, Miko. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're giving out. God, our code names are they're the password into our secret clubhouse, and you've just given it
And
away.
you've just given it
Now
away.
anybody can pretend to be Fergie and get in. No damage from the gunboat into Boba Fett here, or tugboat. I apologize. I apologize for Asa saying the wrong ship name in my ear. We're back in the planning phase here, so it looks like Guri Bowl is the
Still
winner.
winning.
You're all disappointing.
Wow, guys, thank you. I
You
love it. I
Are
can't
a
believe
huge disappointment to
we
your
got
mother
that
and
name
me.
to win.
Aiden Fergzio.
Oh my god, yes. I do also need a punny name, so we can come up with those, and the best one of the day will end up being mine for
I guess I
at the
do
end of
kind
tonight.
of have one, but it's not even. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. So at the end of the, should it be at the end of this match or at the end of the whole tournament?
End of the
Think
match.
tournament.
End of the match. I think.
Really? No, we can do tournament. It's almost over.
It's end of the tournament.
Yes, they
We're
have
round
until the end of the
2.
day. Exactly. So you guys have until the end of the day to come up with a good punny nickname for me, and whoever does will get one of these alt art Boba Fett cards.
All right, you heard it here.
Let's do it, guys.
The
You have
pun
until the end of the
bounty-
day, so don't worry.
the
No
pun
pressure.
bounty is out.
Yes.
It does have to be a Star Wars related punny nickname.
That's right.
And to answer your question, yes, Fergie will be casting every round. There's a possibility that Tyson Sparks will be joining us later. So we'll see which of us ends up getting replaced. Probably me. Can't win that again. Yeah, unfortunately, Freshman Mike, you're already too good. You're too knowledgeable for your own good, and you've won all the prizes you can.
But you can
Well,
still come up with some punny names. That's
not
okay.
true. There's plenty of other prizes to be earned throughout the day. But
That-
you've earned all the Boba Fett cards you can.
This is true.
All right, it looks like we've got dials set here in the planning phase. Nothing to happen in the system phase, so we'll be moving into some tugboat and escape craft movement. Oh, I apologize. Boba Fett does actually have bombs. I rarely see Boba Fett with bombs. He is dropping a proton bomb behind him. I apologize for the incorrect token, but that is actually a proton bomb, not a seismic charge, just to avoid any potential confusion. And here we've got a 2 bank coming in from the tugboat, which will put it in both range and the bullseye arc necessary to tractor tug Boba Fett onto that asteroid, I imagine.
Oh.
Yep, there's the range 1 bullseye arc. So the way the tugboat chassis ability works is that it can use an action to give a tractor token to a ship, and if that ship is in its bullseye arc, it applies 2 tractor tokens, and a medium-based ship takes 2 tractor tokens to get a forced booster barrel roll. So this is not great for Boba Fett.
Yeah, definitely nicely done.
What just happened?
Uh-oh.
Oh. Okay, so the ship was bumped, so they're using the location of that bomb to reset Boba. I didn't even think about the bomb, and I had a mini heart attack when they picked up that marker template. Which, by the way, that template you see Ken dropping bombs with, that one straight with the handle on it, that is also a District Foundry 3D printed item. So go ahead and head on over there for some cool stuff. In fact, in between rounds, I might go order one of those. Just a one shield taken off of Boba from the tractor. Unfortunately, not able to set up that barrel roll to force him to fly through it a second time. I apologize again for the artifact we have on the screen from our dice box overlay. We'll be sure to get that repositioned after this. And there it is disappearing because my passive-aggressive remark caused Asa to fix it. I like this. Alright, we got L3 coming in hot, trying to get that coordinate range for Guri, but unfortunately setting herself up in front of a rock. Probably also looking to block Boba Fett, actually, now that I think about it.
I would think so.
Not always the best move to block a Boba Fett, but when you have the potential to block him back onto the rock like this, it could really cause problems for Guri Ball.
What was that, Ben? Can you repeat that name
You
again?
heard me. Pilot left 3 bank from Boba Fett. Looks like Hannibal, Guri Ball, actually saw that tractor tug coming and planned to head for it. Pretty good move. Just narrowly missing that debris cloud and setting him up for a rear arc shot on L3. Pretty slick move, I must say. I wouldn't have pulled it off. I'm a terrible fire spray pilot. I'm terrible at X-Wing. Why am I allowed to commentate this?
Why
I'm
are
not
we
good
here?
at X-Wing.
Existential crisis going on right now. Just ignore him for a second.
Why are any of us here? I expect that Fen will probably come in pretty hot. Hopefully for Ken Rao, he'll manage to get range 1 of Boba. Because when will you have a better opportunity to put damage on Boba Fett than when he's tractored? Guri taking a 2 hard maneuver and landing on the debris. Interesting move there. I probably would have used the advanced sensors, but I'm sure there's a reason. Probably hoping to keep a shot on Fen. No damage from the debris.
Are they calling judge right now? It appears so.
No, that was yeah.
Ah.
That was a nearby table, calling for a judge call, somewhere else in the room. All right, up next we have Ken's Guri coming in with a 1 hard. Definitely trying to avoid that proton bomb. I imagine barrel roll will be in store here. No, just going for the calculate. Pretty confident that he's already outside that range 1, it looks like. Here we got Fen Rao coming in with a 3-2. Coming in with a 3-2. Coming in with a 2 bank, and probably a boost to get into range of Boba, or maybe he doesn't want to. They're both pretty strong at range 1, but Boba might be stronger. Who's to say? Yep, he's taken the one straight boost and probably link that to a focus. And there it is. Looking to push some heavy damage into Boba, but now that he's got his agility reduced. Fergie, did somebody call you an oaf in chat? Is that why you're vehemently defending yourself?
Yes, I am, actually.
I bet you roll red dice when defending. You know, you do have a mic. You can say these things.
I know I can say these things, but it's so much better. If when you're in the middle of doing something, you know, it's so much faster for me to come back with the comeback on chat. But there I am, my comeback.
We've got the proton bomb going off, does a crit to the tugboat, and the tugboat will be taking a console fire. That is unfortunate for that little tuggy. I apologize for that phrasing.
Ooh, did you just call him a tuggy?
Yeah, no, let's, I didn't. Pretend I didn't. Family-friendly show. 000 from Boba, probably chose Fen Rao as the target there, and he opted to give Boba the calculate. Here is Fen's range 1 shot into Boba. I see 4 hits after spending a focus. changing one to a crit with marksmanship.
Oh, jeez. He gets one single green die.
And he's got a reroll with Boba Fett's ability, and probably spending that calculate. Yep.
There it is. 2 hits and a crit.
2 hits and a crit going through to Boba, and he only has 2 shields left, which means that crit hits Hull. And I didn't quite catch what that crit was in the dice box, but we'll see it in a moment. Blinded Pilot. So the new Blinded Pilot reads, well, I don't know exactly what it reads, but basically when you're attacking, you are the only to... Let me try again. When attacking, you are only allowed to modify dice by spending force charges for their intended purpose, or whatever the phrasing is on that. But I believe that turns off Boba Fett's ability. Here's Guri range 2 through the rock at Fen Rao. So this will be 3 dice into 4. I see a 1 hit, 1 crit. And this will be 4 dice for Fen Rao with no tokens. This could be bad, or this could be nothing. I see 2 evade results, so no damage. You're just mad because you got burned like a console fire. I didn't quite catch what's going on in chat, but that statement, that made me giggle.
Let's hear your giggle then.
No. I guess that was more of a chuckle.
Here's Ben lying to us on stream.
Right? I don't know why I said that made me giggle. Here's Boba Fett's shot, range 1 into Fen Rao. Blinded Pilot does, in fact, turn off Boba Fett's ability when attacking, so 1 hit into lots of evades, and Fen also has the Concordia face-off turned on, so no damage. No shot from Ken's Guri. I think I'm just going to start calling them Red Guri and Blue Guri because of the base colors, and that's faster to say, you know, while we're more than halfway through the round. Here's the Tugboat, range 3 through the debris into Boba, I believe. Oh, here's the console fire roll first for the Tugboat, and it looks like damage. So focus result, no damage. Yes, you are right, Magnificent Miko, console fire does activate. Yeah, they just caught that. What am I looking at?
Oh.
Anyway, here's the range 3 through the debris shot from the Tugboat into Boba Fett with 1 hit. Boba will have 3 dice to roll here.
He's tractored, so only 2 dice.
He should still, if that's range 3 through the debris, he should still have 3 dice. Or is that range 2? Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, range 2 through the debris. Okay, so 2 dice. So no damage onto Boba Fett there. How much hull does a fire spray have now? I thought it had 6 hull. I feel like we might be missing a damage somewhere, but I might be wrong. Oh, I'm being told I'm right. Hey, I was right about something, guys. This is truly a momentous occasion, and it's caught on camera. I was correct.
I mean, I didn't hear anything, so...
It's alright. Chat did, right, chat? You heard me. Let it be marked. On this day, at 11:24 a.m., Ben Hamer was right about something. And we are now in the planning phase. We will start prepping up our second question for the round to give away a Boba Fett alt art. So we'll start prepping up that question, and we'll have it toward the end of this round for you guys. So again, that is a Boba Fett alt art card made for the Back to Dials specific supporters. So we'll also get those shown on camera again for those of you who missed them earlier. Anyway, apologies for the lull. So here we've got a pretty, I'd say, dire situation for Boba Fett. Most of his tricks are kind of turned off by that blinded pilot he has. So I think for sure his next move, whatever he does, his action is going to have to be to flip that over. But where do you think he's trying to go here, Fergie, to kind of get out of danger?
So I actually think he's in a pretty good spot to an extent. I mean, even if he just does like a 2-bank to the right, maybe would be ideal. Because he can still shoot out the back if Fenrir tries to run away. Honestly, I think he's okay. We'll see, though. I could be totally wrong. I don't fly Boba Fett a lot.
Right. Yeah, and I think he's going to have to use his standard action to clear that blinded pilot or to repair it. But that does leave... Even if he has to do that, he still has Han Solo Gunner for the focus action. And assuming there's someone at range 1 of him, he will also have... his ability turned on if he gets that flipped over. So it could be this next round could go one of two ways, either really well for Boba Fett or really badly. I don't know that there will be much of an in-between.
Exactly.
The tractor tug comes in and tractors Boba Fett once again, but does not get the bullseye arc for 2 tokens, so Boba Fett's agility is reduced, but the tugboat is not able to barrel roll him anywhere. They're replacing that system phase proton bomb that got laid down after L3's maneuver. What do you think is the play with Blue Guri over there, kind of caught out of position in a way?
I mean, just for now, but I think eventually, he's trying to use Guri kind of to flank, possibly flank Fenrir. I mean, that's kind of hard to do, but
right.
Definitely probably what he's trying to go for here.
Do you think the move in this round is to turn in through the debris to stay on target, or to try and turn left out of it and just get away altogether?
Ooh, good question. So, I think just stay on target. I would go for it, but I'm, I like to go for it, all in every time I go,
enough.
Even if it's not the right call. So,
yeah, I mean, I can't say I disagree with you.
Okay.
And there's the flipped blinded pilot from Boba Fett. Much as I predicted, I was right about 2 things.
There's no proof of that, by the way.
Hey, now, it's on camera. It's recorded. It is recorded history. You all saw it. And there's the bank maneuver through the debris, just as you predicted or suggested, or other words. So clearing 1 stress and then regaining it for flying through the debris. It's a debris cloud, so the odds of doing damage here are pretty low, but if he does take that crit, it is straight to the hull, which would be unfortunate for him. And no damage. Perfect.
That's a sad sight to see. Oh, 1 hit.
It was a hit, and there is no damage on hits through debris.
That's fair.
So, good for him. Not, yeah, I mean, hitting that debris cloud last round was pretty unfortunate, because it was by a pretty narrow margin.
Right.
But I don't think it set him back too far. Here's the advanced sensors barrel roll right and back, I guess, from Guri. And then a 4 straight coming in. Looking to catch up to that Boba Fett and start pumping in some more damage. And I see...
It looks like freshman Mike was asking how many rounds for today. There are going to be 5 rounds and a cut at the end.
Yes, that is correct. 5 rounds of Swiss, cut to top, I believe, 8?
8? Usually it's top 8.
Cut to top 8.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Yeah, so we'll be here. We'll be here for a while.
So Fen is boosting right now.
Yep, doesn't quite get him the shot on Boba, but it does get him out of that back arc. So that's pretty good for him. It does still, it does keep him in range of that proton bomb, though, unfortunately. Structural damage on Fen. Oh, structural damage on the tugboat, I apologize. and Disabled Power Regulator on Fen. That is unfortunate, but not as bad as it could have been. Fen kind of getting plinked down 1 damage at a time.
We have a request from Freshman Mike. Someone get the stream team some coffee. I completely agree.
Oh yeah, that's totally fair. Apologies. Here's the 000 trigger from Fen. Looks like he will be opting to take or to give Fen the calculate, or Boba the calculate. My apologies. Yeah, I mean, there's not much that's gonna get. There's no shots really that Boba's gonna get off here, so giving him that calculate is really no harm. Here's a range 3 shot from Guri.
On to Fen.
On to Fen. I see 2 hits.
And they're checking range for Lone Wolf. And 2 4 so it's just 2 hits.
I see 2 evades from Fen. Fen just refusing to die. He'll take damage once per round, and that's all he's willing to do.
I mean, it is Ken Rao flying him today, so.
And here is a hit and a crit from Boba to the Jakku Gunrunner, and it looks like he is spending that calculate to turn it into 2 hits and a crit. Range 2 through that debris cloud. And the tugboat does have structural damage, so it will be only rolling 2 dice. Can't quite make that out because of the glare, but it looks like 1 evade, 1 focus.
Yep, I believe so.
And a fuel leak. Where is... Oh, and of all the crits to get when you're only at 1 hull anyway, fuel leak is your best option. It's not like you can take more damage when it only takes 1 to die.
Okay, it looks like just 1 hit, 2 blanks. And that's 2 focus.
Alright, here's the 2 evades from Boba.
2 evades.
So no damage going through. I would like to. Here's Gunrunner into Boba. Actually, the Gunrunner should be triggering console fire here, so there's a chance that it actually explodes before it even gets a shot off. Here's the console fire roll. No damage. And no damage from the Gunrunner. I have just been corrected, so the current rule of simultaneous fire is that even if console fire were to destroy the tugboat here, it actually would still get to take its shot because it would not be removed from the board until the end of its initiative. So, and yeah, someone also just corrected me in the chat. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. That sounded like sarcasm, but it totally wasn't. I do appreciate that.
Ben just always sounds sarcastic. It is in his nature.
Yeah. So Fen is ioned from his disabled power regulator. So after he performs the Scion maneuver, that will repair. But unfortunately, that does mean that he's forced into a 1 straight with a focus action and nothing else. That is a really bad spot for Fen Rao, and that could spell the end for that ship. So currently it looks to me like Ken is slightly ahead, but what do you expect to see here in the upcoming round, Fergie?
I mean, I think it's going to be hard to keep Fen Rao alive this next round, just because of the positioning that Guri Ball is in right now. And so I do believe we might lose Fen this next round. And Boba Fett, honestly, he can solo a whole team. I've seen it happen.
Absolutely.
Adam Kadnick. So I'm not a huge fan of Boba Fett because of that reason, but
he's soloed me many a time.
Exactly. So I mean, it could still be anyone's game at this point. I really don't know if anybody has an advantage or not.
I definitely see a way in which Ken could lose 2 ships here. If Boba gets his back arc, well, Boba will get his back arc on Fen, and if he can push through that last 2 damage to kill him, that could be the end of Fen. And also, that tugboat is still sitting at 1 hull with a console fire. All that Blue Guri has to do is turn in and fire off a shot, and that's almost a guaranteed kill. So.
Yep.
This could still swing very quickly. The biggest advantage that Ken has right now is the fact that Guri balls, Boba and Guri, have both sustained pretty heavy damage at this point.
Oh, man. And I think Medium Potato over here wants to remind everyone that we're forgetting about Ken's heart, the one of a champion. So don't forget about that.
True. Yeah, so I would once again like to first off thank Ken Cho for again providing some 3D printed prizes for our giveaways, those 3D printed turret arc indicators. And if you want to see more stuff like that, head over to his Etsy shop, District Foundry, and you can use the promo code Walker2018 to get 15% off. He's got a lot of cool stuff over there. He's got more of those turret arc indicators. He's got that bomb dropping template that you've seen him use here on the stream. It's a lot of cool stuff, so you should definitely head over there and check it out. Here is a 1 straight from the Gunrunner into a tractor on Boba, and here's looks like a 2 bank from L3, and debating what to coordinate here, if anything. Looks like he will be coordinating a target lock to Guri, who will target lock Boba Fett. And I believe up next is both Boba and Guri. Red Guri. Blue Guri. I'm even getting my own designations mixed up now.
Guri Ball Guri.
Guri Ball Guri. Here's the 1 bank to clear that stress. Slight nudge on the rock there. Stuff moves in space, it's whatever. 1 bank from Guri, and we'll see what the action is out of that. It looks like a barrel roll wouldn't quite fit depending on who his target is. So most likely just a dice modifying action here. This is definitely an opportunity to take down that tugboat. Looks like he is opting to go after Fen Rao, so there's a pilot left boost. Unfortunately, putting him into a range 1 shot of that tugboat, so he'd better hope he can take the tugboat down before it puts any more damage into Guri. Choosing to also link that into a red calculate action. Definitely a good choice.
Oh, that Fen.
Here's Boba Fett taking a 1 hard left, trying to keep his back arc on Fen as he does that ioned maneuver.
Ooh.
Yeah, that will definitely provide, it looks like a range 2 shot on the Fen, which is gonna be pretty brutal.
It might not be an arc, though.
Well, Fen hasn't moved yet, either.
Ah.
He still has the 1 straight.
Fair.
Yeah, so this could be a rough round for Ken. That Fen Rao has done a lot of damage for him, and I think he's about to lose it. But we'll see how that turns out. Ken's dice will often pull out the game. Not totally sure what the debate is at the table right now. Just waiting to see some debating on the advanced sensors from Red Guri over there. I would also like to once again thank John Conley for setting up this whole event. Again, we are at the Walker Classic here in Colorado, down in Littleton. We have 48 players here now that someone's dad has been sucked in. So thank you to everyone who came out. Thank you to everybody who's watching on the stream. Thank you to everybody who watched and donated for Mandalorian Mayhem last night. For those of you who don't know, Mandalorian Mayhem is a game mode where 12 players each fly a fire spray on a 6x3 board with essentially Calvin Ball style rules where everything changes constantly. And we did raise over $2,000 for the Extra Life charity for Children's Hospital for that, so that was really amazing.
It was an amazing fun, and we couldn't have done it without you guys over there at the chat, just listening in, watching, making sure that our, fighters had enough rerolls and shields the entire time.
Yeah, constantly ordering donations, ordering stuff off the donation menu for every, for those who weren't there. Yeah. Every donation sent in allowed the donator to pick their favorite Mandalorian and give them some sort of benefit for that round.
And for the children, most
for the
importantly.
Children. Always for the kids. Yeah, so that was just an amazing event. Thanks to everybody who donated for that. It's a really good cause, and you should definitely support it as much as you can. Here's that one straight blue from Fen with the new Ion rules, and that will have to be a focus action with no linked actions because of Ion brutalness. Brutality. Brutality is already a word.
I like brutalness.
And I made a new one. Why did I do that? No 000 range for Boba there.
Whoa.
Table moving all around.
Jeez.
Even space drifts in space.
I can't believe I laughed at this.
Welcome to my life of puns. Checking some arcs over here. Looks like Fenn's arc onto Boba. Oh, we were checking Guri's arc on the tugboat. My mistake. And it does have a range 1 shot onto the tugboat. And with spending the focus for 4 hits means 1 dead gunrunner. Nothing can be done there. And all 4 go through. Let's cycle through that damage deck. Let's do it. Once again, my mic is descending into my lap. Alright. Alright, so Gunrunner off the table. Here's hoping for Ken's sake that Fen does not also get taken off the table. But there's a high possibility of this swinging.
Looks like we got a hit and 2 focus. He's going to spend the focus for 3 hits.
Better hope for some good... This is Fen Rao. It's gonna... Ooh.
Oh, no.
That's 2 damage, and that is death for Fen Rao.
Man, I feel bad now for predicting that.
I mean, it's what was gonna happen. I think in this one round of combat, I think it suddenly swung really heavily into Hannibal's favor here. I don't think that a Guri and an escape craft can take on Boba Fett and Guri.
Hey, you leave that spacecraft alone.
What?
Leave that spacecraft alone.
Here's a shot from Guri, range 3 into Boba Fett. Rerolling with that target lock into a hit and 2 crits. So if this goes through, that could be pretty brutal. Boba has no rerolls here. It's not an obstructed shot. So with the tractor, he's only got 2 dice. So it looks to me like 2 crits going through. I may have spoken too soon on this swinging. Hit and 2 crits into Boba.
Ooh. Just 2 crits.
It is the 2 crits. I apologize. Somebody has issued us the wrong information.
So there's sweet
2 crits going into Boba. I see one of those as a direct hit. I'm not sure what the other one was. It's like Blinded Pilot and Direct Hit. Once again, Blinded Pilot is a really bad crit for Boba Fett.
Is it just for Boba Fett? Not everyone else?
It's bad for everyone. It's especially bad for Boba. Look, there's certain crits that you just never want to see on certain ships. And for Boba, that one is Blinded Pilot. everyone has their crit that they never want to see on that ship. So, we've only got 5 minutes left in the round. So, first prediction, do you think this is going to go to time, or do you think someone's going to be able to wipe the other one off the board?
Well, at this point, I believe, Ken has nothing to lose. He basically has to go all for it. So
I totally agree.
Yeah, at this point, he either goes all in or, ends up losing because he doesn't want to go to time. So I'm not sure how he's going to go about it, though, because he can't really chase Boba. I mean, I guess he could try to go after the other Guri. That would actually probably be his best option here.
The thing here is that it is Boba and Guri are a force to be reckoned with for sure, but they are both very low health. So I think that if Ken is going to pull this out, his best bet is to go after that blue Guri, and if he has the time, go after Boba. But he's got half points on Guri, he's got half points on Boba. So it looks like it looks like taking down that Guri is his best chance here.
And the chat is saying, that he just needs to get one more hit on Guri to get half points. So really, like I said, Guri is probably his best option right now.
The one thing that I probably would have changed in this round is I would have banked. I would have turned L3 in further in hopes of getting some shots on that Guri, because he just needs all the red dice he can get at this point, I think. I'll be interested to see what Ken did with his Guri here, because this could either be really good for him if maybe he predicted this and planned to Signer's loop behind Guri, but it could be really bad if he just goes forward and falls into a Boba trap. Although after that Boba maneuver, I don't know if there is any maneuver Guri could do to wind up getting shot by him. Looks like a 4 straight from Guri here. So it looks like he's actually going after Boba. And it looks like that could work out for him.
Well, I guess Boba does only have 2 hull left.
Yeah, so he's only got 2 hull. He does technically engage first.
Interesting.
So he so Boba will engage first and get his Han Gunner focus.
Wow. And
he will have at least 1 reroll on his defense here. So this could really go either way, I think. So here's beginning of engagement. The 000 trigger will give Boba Fett a calculate. And then Boba, I believe, engages first. Oh, here's the Guri trigger as well to get a free focus. Another big thing here is it looks like Hannibal's Guri is gonna at least take 1 damage off of that L3. So that'll result in half points on that escape craft. No, that's kind of minuscule, but it's more points.
I see paint.
I see 2 crits and a focus, and spending that calculate to make it 2 crits and a hit. And it looks like L3 is taking both crits, 1 to the shield and 1 to the hull. Damaged engine sitting at 1 hull. So even though that's only 12 points, that's still more in Hannibal's favor. That really just solidifies that Ken needs to take ships off the board to come out of this on top. Here's the range 1 shot from Guri into Boba. Looks like they did miss Boba's opportunity. Either Hannibal opted out of taking the free focus or just missed that opportunity.
So there was calculated marksmanship that just happened there for 2 hits and a crit.
And here is the 2 dice from Boba. I see 1 evade, so spending that calculate to make it 2 and taking 1 crit.
Taking 1 crit. Let's see what it is.
If it is a direct hit, this is the end. Suspense. Console
fire.
So luckily for Boba, he did technically engage before Guri, which means that console fire won't trigger this round. But it could have, and that could have been bad.
That could have gone incredibly well Ken Rao's favor.
I'm really surprised that no ships were taken off the board this round.
Me too, and it really could have come down to that. Boba Fett could have been lost right there. Oh.
So we are in the last 3 seconds, but they did just enter the planning phase, so we've got one more round. Excuse me while I do some quick math in my head and see... Oh, we have point totals on the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Oh my gosh,
man.
Ben, what world are you living in?
Don't make fun of me. Yeah, so Ken is gonna have to take a ship off the board here to come out ahead, and I think in response to that, Hannibal's just gonna run. That's what I would do. I would just bail. L3 is not gonna be able to turn around well enough to get a shot on Guri, and there's no way that escape craft will do enough damage to kill Guri. And Boba can be very, very survivable when he needs to be. So, there's my prediction. I think Hannibal comes out. Blows me away that he pushed to calculate so that he could just eat the 000 trigger. Yeah, so... The part of the reasoning for that is I think Ken was planning for this to go into another round. He didn't want to be double stressed here, which I think I was more surprised that he took the stress at all for the linked action, seeing as he was going to be getting a free focus anyway. So yeah, I guess at my core, yes, I do believe, or I do agree with you. I think he probably should have not taken the linked action and should have just eaten the 000 stress. Medium Potato says, so you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, this really could still go either way. Hannibal is on top, but he's
Guri Ball.
really on...
Guri Ball. Excuse you.
Guri Ball is on top, but he's just very much on that edge where it could swing out of his favor easily.
This is true. I really do believe it's probably going to come down to dice on this one.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to come down to dice.
And let's see here.
So here we have Hannibal's Guri and Guri Balls. Guri and Boba moving first. Looks like he's trying to decide on the advanced sensors trigger for Guri here. It looks like L3 kind of ended up not where he expected, and he might wind up bumping. Looks like he is taking the advanced barrel roll, and I imagine he probably did something like a 1 straight. Oh, a 3 straight. So Guri will not, Blue Guri will not be getting a shot this round, and neither will L3. Ken has Hannibal exactly where he wants him. This whole game has been to trap Hannibal in this moment, the long con.
Long
that's
con.
Actually, honestly, yeah. This is heavily, I think, in Ken's favor, and I think Fergie is right. I think this is really going to come down to dice. Because if Ken can't get the damage through that he needs here, he's down on points. So he needs to get 1 damage through on Boba. And that'll be down to dice.
And does Boba have an arc on him from here? I can't tell.
I'm not quite sure. I think that was what Ken was trying to avoid that arc with that barrel roll.
Right.
But I'm not quite sure if he made it, so we'll have to check that. Here's the free Guri focuses for both sides. Ken only needs 1, Boba needs 4. Technically, yes. Yep, here's the Han Gunner trigger for the free focus. It looks like out of arc.
Wow. What a game, ladies and gents.
Called out of arc.
Called out of... Oh, they're calling a judge for this.
Oh, all right.
As they should.
All comes down.
This is getting really intense here.
Hannibal is not... Guri Ball is not going to be able to push enough damage through to kill Guri here. But it doesn't matter. All he needs to win this is for Boba to survive.
Exactly.
If Boba survives, Guri Ball wins. Unless our points chart is not actually in the configuration I think it's in. It could be that is 109 points destroyed on Hannibal, in which case... Okay, so I am getting confirmation. Yes, Hannibal has earned 109 points. So as long as Boba Fett survives here, he can win this.
Guri ball.
I'm not. I'm not.
Embrace it.
No. I know at the beginning of the round I said I was embracing the puns. I lied.
You lied. You've been lying this whole time, Ben.
I know. Man, Ken with the clutch final move. Yeah, that was...
Seriously.
That barrel roll was really good.
Yeah. Meaty Potato, we're right there with you. This has been an exciting game for sure.
We are right there with you. If you can't tell, we are also standing in your living room.
Look
Out
behind
of art,
you.
Called by the judge. So, yeah, this definitely comes down to the dice.
All right, let's see what this roll will be.
Honestly, I mean, I see why you would have stayed put and ate the damage, but why risk taking the half points when you could barrel roll out and still keep the range 1?
Okay,
I
here
think it
comes
was
the red
right call.
dice. I see 1 crit, 1 focus.
All right, so 1 hit or 2 crits because of marksmanship. Down to dice. I see 2 focus
and he
results.
has no. Yep, and he focused to 2 evades.
So that will be a win for Hannibal.
Wow. It really came down to those dice. Oh, no. Ken Rao put up the biggest fight of his life. We all thought he had it there.
That was... Yeah, that was a really good round. Thanks for joining us. We're going to transition out here and get set up for the next round. Congratulations to Hannibal for winning this round.
Guri ball.
Guri ball. And thank you again to Ken Cho for your prize contributions. So, again, go to District Foundry, get 15% off with the promo code Walker2018, and we will see you in round 3.